You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
What a beautiful day for horses in the morning.
You are listening to the #1 horse podcast in the world. Here is your entertaining look at the horse world and the people in it.
Well, it's Friday, and I am Glenn the Geek from Ocala, Florida.
And I'm Jamie Jennings in Norman, Oklahoma. You're listening to Horses in the Morning on the Horse Radio Network. It's Friday, December 6th, episode 3578, brought to you by Kentucky Performance Products. Good morning, horse people.
I have a special treat to open the show today. Lisa Dow's one of our terrific auditors and been a listener since we started, I think, and she's been on almost all of our cruises. And she sent in a submission for Radiothon, but it came in a little late. But she took some time to do this. So I thought you'd like to hear a rap this morning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is Auditor Lisa with a very embarrassing song. It was Christmas Eve, snow was falling down. I was grooming my horse in my hometown. The barn was cozy, the lights were bright. With a wreath on the stall, it was feeling all right. I'm grabbing some hay, scooping the grain, when I spot a bag tied with a candy cane. I opened it up, found treats inside with a note from Santa about a snowy ride. He wrote, "To all of the horses who work so hard, here's a holiday treat for every barnyard. Give 'em oats, give 'em carrots, give 'em alfalfa hay. They'll be hoofing in the snow all Christmas Day. Christmas in stables, horses everywhere, snow in the paddock and chill in the air. Jingle bells jingling as they trot and neigh, listening to Horse Radio Network in a festive way. I raced back inside to share the news that Santa had invited our four-legged crew. They whinnied and nickered, gave a happy stomp, then we saddled 'em up for a midnight romp. We rode through the night, the sky was clear, horses kicking snow with holiday cheer. Santa led the way on his chestnut steed with a sack of treats for every horse's need. By dawn we're all tuckered, the barn is a mess, with carrots and oats spread from east to west. Santa tipped his hat and patted my bay. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good neigh. Now every Christmas that we're waiting to see if a bag of treats appears magically. It's a holiday tradition, we're proud to say, 'cause Christmas in stables is the HRN way.
You know how hard it was for me not to beatbox to that? Oh.
Well done, Lisa. And it all rhymed, too. It was well done.
That was awesome. Good job. Now, here's what's really fun, Glenn, is I'm going to need a minute because I just heard a crash and something break downstairs.
Okay,
and
yeah.
I am home alone with my dogs.
Oh,
so I'll be right back. Apparently, Winks decided to climb up on the sofa and try to drink the rest of the coffee that was in the cup next to the sofa, and the cup is now in 9 billion pieces. Did you hear the crash? It was so loud. Oh. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. Things happen when you do semi-live radio.
I don't even have any cats. I mean, we would think that's a cat thing. No, I have a dog who thinks it's a cat.
Cats in the house. That's why they're barn cats. Hey, Auditor Laurie's going to join us today with her holiday recipe for Pecan Pie Bars. How do you say it in Georgia? Pecan?
It's a pecan. What are you doing? Yeah.
Okay, pecan. I knew Georgia says it different. Everybody else says it pecan.
That's normal. That's the right way. This is such a constant argument with my family.
Oh, really? About that nut word?
I'm like, oh, really? It's a pecan? No, you snotty little thing. It's a pecan. What is wrong with you? Go ahead.
So, and we're going to discuss a bunch of other random things today. Plus, we have some really bad ads, and we're going to pick a winner of the Perri's Fancy Stitch Bridle with Reins. And then in the post show, we're going to discuss company Christmas parties. So we'll talk about that in the post show. I wanted to give our best to one of our auditors, Becca. She took a nasty spill and is in the hospital after sustaining a spinal trauma. You know, those are words that you never want to hear.
God.
Spinal trauma. Her husband actually posted on our auditor page to let us know. She's a regular contributor to the auditor group, so we're our best to her, and we hope that she's improving every day.
Love you, Becca.
Amy was upset when we had the vet on the other day, and we were talking about how it was so cold here in Florida because Amy's from upstate New York, where they just had about 4 feet of snow, and she posted pictures of her buried in snow, and I just wanted to know that, yes, I agree. It sucks, and we're thinking of you.
Yeah, you guys complaining about, it's like at least like 50 here in Ocala. We're dying.
Yeah.
Shit.
Did you see some of the pictures, though? Oh, my God.
I had to cover my tender vegetation last night, okay?
few auditor birthdays this weekend. Debbie McCautry, Larissa Trainum, and Charlotte Merrill Smith. Happy birthday to all of you. I just talked to Charlotte yesterday. She's back down in Wellington for the winter now. So happy birthday to all of you. And come on, there we go.
We're a mess this morning.
It's Friday.
A mess.
In December.
It's the year's almost over. It's been such a fun year. And continuing in the fun. So I've had these horses in training. I have this little off-the-track thoroughbred from Horse and Hound. His name is Salmonator, which you find hilarious. I think it's adorable. We call him Sam. Salmonator is like a 2-year-old, but oh my God, he's the coolest 2-year-old in the history of the world. Like, this is the most chill dude. He never actually raced, but he did have some workouts, so he is RRP eligible, I learned today. So if anybody's looking for a nice, young, super chill trail horse, I mean, he could be ridden English. I've ridden him English, but Farm has been ridden him Western, and we took him on the trail. It was super great. I had Miles.
Hey, Jennifer, how about a nice, quiet thoroughbred that's 2 years old? That'd be a great trail horse.
He's precious.
He's precious. Apparently precious and very quiet. We can go pick him up tomorrow in Oklahoma.
That'd be great. That's exactly what she wants, I'm sure, is a 15 two-hand off-the-track thoroughbred. That's 2. But no, he's great. Like, and that's what Farm Boy said. He was like, man, if anybody just takes him and just shows him what to do and is nice to him, you're going to have the nicest horse. I mean, at 2 years old, it's crazy. So that's my plug for Salmonator because yesterday
I would like Sam, I hope.
Yeah, I do. I call them all by their whole name. So I call him Salmonator.
Do you? Yeah.
Anna's calling him Sammy. But yesterday we took him out on a trail. And you guys know that I have an Andalusian who is 5 years old, and he is bred from the lineage of bullfighting horses in Spain and is literally the spookiest wuss on the planet, right? Just the biggest wuss. And then I've got Ace, my 5-year-old thoroughbred who I ride. Anna rides the Andalusian, and then Farm Boy was riding Salmonator. So I'm like, I'm on my future event horse. I will lead the way on the trail. Yeah, that didn't happen.
Who got bucked off?
Nobody got bucked off. Ace has decided that around every tree in the woods is the potential for a deer to jump out and spook him. It happened one time, like a month ago, and he's supposed to be the brave one. And so we walk into the woods and he just stops. I'm like, dude, come on. Let's go. And then you have that feeling of, well, riders all know this. I don't know if drivers get it, but when you can feel the horse's heartbeat through your butt when you're sitting in the
Well,
saddle.
the thing is, when you're sitting in the cart behind him, you can see all of them.
Oh, there you go. So you know when you've got that like super elevated heart rate.
Yeah,
you're
when
like,
they see the deer before you do, you know.
I'm like, I can feel his heart beating in my butt. And so Anna, bring Miles to the front. And so Miles, the spookiest Andalusian on the planet, boldly led the way on the trail. I was so proud.
By the way, what foreign exchange student gets a house where they can ride an Andalusian?
Yeah, I know. She's like, is there anything else I read? I'm like, I'm sorry. Is the 5-year-old Spanish bred Andalusian not enough for you? She's like, I just wanted to do more. So I've been putting her on the thoroughbreds. I'm like, here, go ahead. Ride this one. Go. Fine.
Good for her.
Yeah.
She looks like she has a nice little seat from the videos.
She is doing great. She's taken lessons forever, and now she's living with me. She's cantering around with no stirrups in the round pen. We're gonna fix that lower leg, Anna.
So you now replace the big, large stuffed animal that you used to ride new horses with Anna? Just throw her up there?
I'm waiting. So we have Jean, the Chincoteague pony that belongs to one of our auditors, Tara, and he has proved to be an exciting challenge because he has a massive flight reaction to anything, but mainly movement and noise.
Oh, it's good there's none of that in the world.
Yeah, it's fun. It's real fun. So you get next to him and you're like, oh, cool. Achoo! Peace out.
He and Scooter together, we'd have quite a pair.
Yeah. And so we've been longlining him and like stomping our feet and just doing everything. He came with like, if you cluck like that, boo, he's gone back to Texas. Like he just thinks that noises are the worst. So in an effort to make him, by the way, we've now decided that we're not calling things desensitizing. Okay, all the Monty instructors and I, we got together and we've decided to call it acceptance training. Isn't that better? Instead of desensitizing, because who wants a desensitized horse? We're doing acceptance training. So we're trying to acceptance train Gene to noise. So Amazon to the rescue. What did I do? Well, for $2 extra, it can be delivered overnight. You know what? I went on Amazon and I'm like, we just need to make noise, just noise all the time to where he's like, okay, so you make like a bunch of noise. And when they stop running and look at you, you stop the noise. And they very quickly learned that the best way to deal with something is just to turn and face it, address it, not freak out about it. So I went on Amazon and bought hand clappers. Do you know what hand clappers are?
Smack, 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 smack,
You'll
smack.
flick them back and forth.
Yeah.
So I bought a 5-pack of hand clappers. And like I said, for $2 extra, they can be delivered overnight. So at 4 a.m. yesterday, my bag of hand clappers arrived and we went to the round pen and we stood outside the round pen and inside the round pen and we were all hand clapping. And I had Ginger and Farm Boy and Anna and I were all stationed at different places around the round pen. And I was like, okay, guys. We're going to do this all together and he's going to freak out. And when he quits freaking out, stop. So we had a symphony of hand clappers. I'm sure my neighbors are like, what is wrong with that human? It was awesome. We had a symphony of hand clappers, one person in each like quadrant of the round pin on the outside. And it was like, okay, go. Clomp, 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 clomp. And then he would run around and just like go, wait, what? And he would stop. No, we'd stop. So you can see, I sent you the last video where I am in the round pen with him.
It didn't take him long. That video to stop.
Well, in that video,
yeah.
He's going to see that for every day leading forward. But I will also tell you that this is the fun of being a Monty Roberts certified instructor is you have access to the boss to send him videos. And I sent a video of Gene. The first time I tried to belly Gene, it didn't go well. Like, not at all. Like, Gene was incredibly offended by all
your
the things
presence.
we were doing. Oh yeah. Yeah. It was great. So then we spent, time with the bear. We have done everything. We have put weighted bags of sand on him. Like, I mean, we're talking Farm Boy and I have hit the wall and we have done everything. Kitchen sink to Gene. So then the last video, I actually bellied him. We did 3 or 4 bellies and I was able to walk around. So I'm like, oh my God, we're amazing. So I sent those videos to Debbie, who then shows them to Monty. And then I got a voicemail, 3.5 minutes, telling me everything I did wrong. Like literally, he was so mad at me. For skipping, you didn't do this, you didn't do this. And I kind of want to go, well, Monty, not all of us has staff. Okay, like we don't have your farm and staff, so some of us are doing the best we can. But he gave me a lot of great ideas to help. But it's one of those.
Do you always feel like a junior high school kid?
Oh my God, I feel like Dad's yelling at me.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's the word. And I was, to the point, I started with him in 2018 and I used to cry. He used to make me cry a lot. Now I got this voicemail and I was like, he sent me another voicemail trying to get me to cry.
Add them to the collection.
Exactly. You saved that one. But I sent it to Farm Boy and I was like, you got me in trouble.
I will say that Gene, this Chincoteague pony, is stinking cute. That is a cute
Oh my God,
pony.
he's so cute and he's such
cute.
a nice mover. But
he's a nice mover. Watching that video, he would be great in a cart.
I would really like him to be less suspicious.
Yeah, a little less reactive would be good.
Yeah.
I went through that. That's not fun. So.
Oh my gosh! So we've got until the 15th. So we're doing. Well, I talked to Tara about it. I was like, even if you guys don't get on him, you're making it so much easier for the next person. So what I'd like to do is be able to longline him.
Tara understands horses. She gets it.
Yeah. If this horse had been sent somewhere where they were like cowboying up, oh my God, I can't even imagine what a fun time it would be for that person.
If Barrett ever got on this pony, his feet would literally drag the ground.
Well, we've talked about that. So because I'm like 40, I'm in my 40s. I can't remember what number right now. That's fine. And I was like, I just like, he's so short and he's so quick that I was like, I don't know if I could stick it if he like went sideways, because he is quick, like quick. I'm going to send you.
He's the type that just duck out. And you'll be on the ground.
Oh, yeah. And he's the one that I can't post videos of him, like the main ones, because that would be every Facebook trainer in the world sending me messages. But if anybody wants to see the first belly, I got that one saved. So we talked about it. And he's like, he goes, man, I get on him, but I just don't think that would work. So I was like, no, it would not work. He's like 13.3 and you're 6'4".
He would literally need the roller skates for sure.
Well, he'd be dumped quicker than I would because he's so top heavy. But I was like, you probably could hook your legs underneath him in the belly.
Well, he is cute. I got to give it. I'll be interested to see. But keep us informed of how far you did get with him.
Definitely been a huge. He's been a huge challenge and a lot of fun. And the really great news, and Farm Boy's super excited about this, is we have another Chincoteague pony coming for training in March. So
there you go. That'd be Farm Boy's last hurrah before he
before he leaves me forever.
Hey, we have an auditor coming up. Her name is Laurie, and I think she lives in Michigan. I think she has Mustangs, actually. But she's doing our recipe of the month, and we're talking about, how do you say it? Pecan Pie Bars. So that's coming up right after this word from Kentucky Performance Products. Actually, I'm not doing a commercial. I'm just going to tell you that Karen from Kentucky Performance Products, who started with us 16 years ago and who's been on the show, 100 times, and who's been absolutely terrific, is retiring. She sold the company and she's retiring at the end of this month. And I just wanted to say a thank you to her. She has been our biggest supporter at the Horse Radio Network, and specifically this show, forever. And yours too. I mean, you've talked to her many times and they're terrific. They have new people over there that will be helping people that call in. They're not going anywhere. She's just, she has a nice farm with a great big indoor. You'd love her indoor.
I've seen it.
Oh, that's right. You did see it. That's right. We were there on the roadshow.
I will say that as sad as I am that she's going to be gone, because she does take all my calls and go, okay, what does this horse need? What's going on? She's been fantastic. I am just so happy for her to retire with Oreo and like in that giant big indoor arena, the indoor arena that all girls just dream of, the best footing, the best views. Oh my God.
It's well done. And she has a beautiful property too. And, it's in Kentucky and it's hilly and her property's hilly. It's just cool. It's just, she has a cool property. So congratulations to Karen. Thank you so much for all your years of support. I'm sure we'll be in touch. We've become really good friends with her over the years too. So she hasn't gone anywhere in our lives, but she is leaving the company. So congratulations and well done.
That's great. By the way, kppusa.com. In my barn right now, I just clicked on it. I've got the Elevate, Equijewel, Joint Armor, Nail Locks, and Microface.
There you go.
And the electrolytes. Yay me.
There you go. All right, Laurie's coming to us with our recipe of the month. Hey, Laurie, thanks for joining us. And, Laurie and I we met camping, believe it or not, on the road show in Michigan, right? Isn't that where we met?
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
You went riding with my wife. You went trail riding.
Well, I didn't go trail riding. That was, I had Firefly, and we went for a little short walk behind the rest of the riders. And she was still doing her lack of respect of personal space, and I didn't feel like bushwhacking on the side of the trail while she charged ahead. So.
How is Firefly doing? It's a Mustang, right?
Yeah, Firefly is, we've made a couple visits to the chiropractor. We treated her for ulcers. She has kyphosis in her back, so that's why we went to the chiropractor. He's helped her a lot. And so, one of these days, I'm going to go to Lake Michigan with her and not be that girl. So
we all dream of that.
Come on.
Well, you ruin everybody else's ride when your horse throws you and then it goes charging up the beach and everybody else's horse gets all excited. And I'm like, it's not fair for me to do that to all the rest of the people.
I haven't played this in a long time. Now I have to play it.
I don't want to be that girl.
Yay! Yay!
I don't want to be that girl and fall off into Lake Michigan in November.
No, that's probably a bad time of year to fall off into Lake Michigan. Well, I'm so glad that you're joining us today because now, let me ask you how you say the nut variety that's in the title of what you're going to talk about. How do you say it?
Well, here in Michigan, we would call it Pecan Pie Bars.
It's not your fault. You're in Michigan.
So that's two against one here on the show today.
Hoof properly.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You say hoof instead of hoof.
No,
well,
we don't have any hoofs on our horses.
You got one
We
out
have
of two
hooves.
right. Not bad. Okay, so pecan pie bars is what we're talking about today. So you want to tell us about this recipe?
Well, it's one that when I worked for the vet, one of my coworkers brought it in, and I just loved it, and they're super easy to make. Actually, because I never have any money because my horses eat all my money, I make them with walnuts instead.
Because pecans are more expensive.
Yeah, first things first. So, it's super simple. You just follow the recipe as it's written, cut them in little tiny pieces because they are extremely rich.
So these have your usual flour and confectioners sugar and that condensed milk and all of that.
Yeah,
and then
the topping is the nuts and the condensed milk.
But it has a bag of Heath toffee bites.
Oh, yeah, you put in the Heath toffee bars. Yeah, those go in.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
maybe in a pecan pie bar. Huh.
Okay, y'all are skipping through this too quick. Y'all are too chatty and comfortable with each other. I'm going to just tell everybody. 2 cups flour, half a cup of confectioner's sugar, cup of butter, cup of condensed milk, 1 14-ounce can, 1 egg, vanilla, a teaspoon, cup of, whatever broke-ass nuts you can find, a bag of Heath toffee bits. Combine the first ingredients, spread in a buttered pan, bake for 15 minutes, and then mix the rest on top and bake that for 25 more until it's brown. Don't overbake it, she says. And then cut it into small squares. I am going to make these today. Like, this sounds amazing. I need some Heath toffee bits, though. Gotta find those.
Yeah, I mean, they're always, sometimes I've had struggled to find them, but they're usually in with like all the, the chocolate chips and all that stuff. So, but yeah, they are very, very good, but very, very rich.
You had another recipe. I'll put a link to it. We don't have to talk about it today, but it looked good to me. You had a recipe for Bailey's coffee cupcakes.
Yeah, that's the one you want to tweak a little bit. She says unsalted butter. If you don't have any salt in it at all, the frosting is kind of flat. And for some bizarre reason, she has you make a mountain of frosting. She says a cup of butter. And I'm like, that's enough frosting.
The recipe.
The recipe creator, whoever.
Oh. I'll put a link to it in our show notes too.
Yeah, cut the butter in half, and you need more Baileys.
Yes.
Double the Baileys, cut the butter.
Cut the butter, add more Baileys. Those are good too.
I love the recipe says, can I skip the Baileys? Can I skip the alcohol? And she says, absolutely, but not quite sure why you'd want to. So.
Can we just take Baileys out and add vodka? Is that cool?
Well, you can, I tried them once. I didn't have Baileys, and I put in a little bourbon instead, and that worked. And then there's another recipe where she puts Baileys in the cake and the cake batter and the frosting both. Or you can throw a little coffee into the frosting too, Well, you can tweak it however you want.
My mom's chocolate cake, which is absolutely wonderful, is still the one I make. It has coffee in it. It has a cup of hot coffee in it. And
I remember you talking about that.
It's so good. And it makes it so moist. It just helps it make it helps it make not so dry as coffee or chocolate cake can get. All right, we'll put the recipe for the pecan pie bars in the show notes.
Okay.
And thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. And enjoy your winter up there in Michigan.
Oh, it's beautiful today. The sun is out and there's no wind. Okay. So it's really quite pleasant outside.
Well, enjoy this one day you get every winter that's pleasant. Wow.
You guys take care.
All right. Bye, Laurie. As horse owners, we have an unlimited supply of love for our animals, but we tend to underestimate the cost of their care. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. Routine and unexpected expenses can quickly add up, making it hard to keep pace. Wouldn't it feel great to always be prepared with a budget-friendly way to manage those costs? The Care Credit Health and Animal Care Credit Card can give you the financial peace of mind you're looking for. With flexible financing from Care Credit, you can get the care your horse needs and then pay over time and easily easy monthly payments. You can use Care Credit at more than 25,000 veterinary hospitals that accept the card and use it to pay for everything from diagnostics to surgery to wellness exams and routine care. Care Credit, it's your card for a lifetime of care. Subject to credit approval. To learn more, apply at carecredit.com/horses. All right, I have some random stuff here for you. One is Charlotte Desjardins was all the news yesterday again. We all remember that she had the incident where she was whipping the horse in the video before the Olympics. She pulled out of the Olympics. Well, the FEI has now ruled on her fate, and they have ruled that she will be fined 10,000 Swiss francs, and that's because the FEI is located there. It's 8,000 euros and
Pounds.
Or pounds. No, euros, actually, I think.
Oh, you put it in wrong then.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. But she also is suspended for a year. And then what happens when the FEI suspends is you then can still go to your local shows unless your country also pipes in and piggybacks on the FEI suspension. And British Equestrian has done that. So they have backed the suspension, and she will not be able to compete in national competitions or training events during that same period of time. They said in the press release that nobody else came forward. They found nothing else. They actually had video of the rest of that lesson, and there wasn't anything else they found. So that's why it wasn't more severe. Usually, when this kind of thing happens, people come out of the woodwork and, send 25 videos, or they file complaints and say, yeah, that happened to me too. They didn't get anything else. So that's kind of why they did what they did. A year suspension, she's lost all her sponsors, and a year suspension is still a lot of money for a professional rider. However, she did come out and announce that she's pregnant now. So if you're going to be suspended for a year, it's a good time to get pregnant and have a kid.
There's so much involved. Yes, there was nobody else that came forward, and maybe it was just a one-off thing. Yes, it was really terrible, the video, but also the person who released it right before the Olympics. There's just shenanigans in this whole scene. There's just shenanigans everywhere. I don't even know what to say.
I don't either.
But she does say she will forever aim to do better, and hopefully she will. That was just part of her quote. But, it makes everybody think twice about it, hopefully. But I have seen some dressage riders do so much worse. So hopefully this is any message.
Discipline, for that matter.
No, I didn't mean to pick on that one. I have seen way worse from other sports as well.
All sports, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think we can say much more about that. I will say that the unfortunate part about this is the New York Times picked this up yesterday and put it out.
Boy.
So, there we are, mainstream press getting bad press again. On a lighter note, Laurie, who just did the recipe for us, says, I think all the auditors need to collaborate on a book called Baking with Booze. So
yes.
Equine Network has something going on right now I need to announce, and that is they have set up a text alert system for equine infectious disease outbreaks in your local area.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Not cool that it happens, but cool that there's a
you can
update.
The Equine Network, with the support of Perringer Ingelheim, which I can never Ingelheim. Yes,
yeah.
has introduced a new way to stay up to date on equine infectious disease outbreaks. The Health Watch text system, which is what they use for this, it notifies horse owners, veterinarians, and barn managers when a disease in their area gets reported to the Equine Disease Communication Center, which is kind of required now. That's why we see so many, Jamie and I see press releases every day about every horse that's sick in the country. To sign up, simply select the states or regions for which you want to receive alerts, and you can just search for that. You'll find the link for it. But that's kind of cool, So
just go to Horse Network, Equine Network,
look up Equine Disease Communication Center, and that'll bring you to where you need to go. I don't have the link right here, but
that's great to know, because what if you're planning to go to a show? Turns out they had strangles 3 days ago and word hadn't gotten out. That's really good.
There's one racetrack that they closed down this week for 60 strangles cases or something. It was crazy. So, yeah. So that's kind of cool that Equine Network worked on getting that done. Going back to Care Credit, one of our sponsors, they did a study that the cost of keeping a horse for 25-year average lifetime can range from $215,000 to $575,000.
That's just rude to put that on paper.
However, owners, this is one of the interesting part of the studies, and this is so true because it just goes along with what you just said. Owners underestimate the annual expense by 363%. In other words, they said, oh, my expense is this, when their real expense was 3.5 times that.
What?
Yes. 85% of them feel anxious about their horse-related expenditures. Oh, they're lying. 100% feels anxious about horse-related expenditures, let's be honest. The survey also tells us that 90% of people plan to keep their horses for a lifetime. That's higher than I thought it would be. I thought it would be lower than that. But good. That's a good thing, right?
Wait, how many? 90% of people?
Yeah. So
what about those of us that plan on keeping one or two forever?
Yeah, well, you're the exception, though. Not too many people go through 100 horses a year. So
yeah.
You're the exception to that rule. But
educate 100 horses a year, Glenn. I mean, you sound like I'm just running them through sales.
So yeah, it was an issue, but then that led me down a rabbit hole, and I ended up on Reddit. And there was
this. Oh Lord, have mercy! He's on a Reddit hole.
I did.
Watch out!
I did, because this article is referenced in there, and somebody wrote, "How much does it really cost per year to own a horse?" Like they weren't believing the survey. Well, the survey, by the way, if you figure it out, it's pretty accurate. But then the snarky comments started happening underneath this Reddit post. As always happens on Reddit, you can always count on the snarky comments. So the question was, how much does it cost yearly to own a horse? Everything, all your money, all your time, all your energy, and all your sanity, everything. I like that one. Everything plus your lines of maxed out credit cards. So dig a hole, throw all your money in the hole, and then all the money you've ever expect to have in the hole, and put that into. I love this one. The limit does not exist.
There's no timeline or limit.
No time limit. Everything, all of it. Time, money, blood, sweat, tears, and your firstborn. This one I threw in for you.
I have to comment on this next one because I have to tell you a story.
Okay. The next one was, and I threw this in just for you. I've owned airplanes. Horses cost more.
No, that's not true. Can I tell you that... you know how I love to you know how I love to do things to my husband to get him like it costs $7,000. He's like, what? I'm like, just kidding. It was $4,000. And then it like seems free. Do you know what that little a-hole did to me? He's like, hey, he's on a trip. He's like, I'm going to come back Tuesday. So I was thinking maybe if you want to, I'll take you on a breakfast date. We'll go on a breakfast date. He's like, to the airport place I took him to with the mattress thing. He was like, we can go to the airport and we're going to switch out the mattress. Cause he was like, we'll go to the airport and we'll have some breakfast at the little diner there. And then we'll go get the new mattress. I was like, that sounds great. Thank you so much. He was like, and while we're there, he was like, that the airport hangar waiting list at Max Westheimer Airport in Norman is like 10 years. And I was like, yeah, I do know that. And he put himself on the list like 5 years ago for a hanger. And a hanger's He's like, available. Do you know what happened? There's one available. And I was next on the list. And I was like, what? I thought we had like 5 more years. He's like, no, one came open. He was like, so I thought maybe while we were at the airport, we could just pop over and look at it. And I was like, why?
Yeah, what are we going to put in it?
You don't have a plane. And he's like, yeah, but I mean, like, it takes forever to get on the list. So, like, I was thinking maybe we could just pop over and, like, take a look at the hangar. And I was like, for what? Why? Why do you need an airport hangar? You don't have a plane.
Because I think the only thing they really allowed you to put in there is airplanes.
Yeah, yes. I can't. It's not like I can put Duke in there on a snowy night. You know what I mean? Like, they're not like, oh, you can put anything in here. No, he's like, but he was like, but someday. I was like, listen, let me tell you something. You have a boat. You have a motorcycle. You belong to a country club. When the hell are you going to fly? I told him, like, when he started this whole conversation, I was like, okay, you want a plane, you want to fly around, even though you freaking fly around for a living, like, all the day. He was like, you ride horses for fun, too. I was like, touche.
I gotta ask you, though, how fun is flying a little Piper Cub when you've been flying a 747?
Do you know what that a-hole did to me? He was like, well, I was thinking it would be something I could spend some time with Lucas and teach him to fly. And I was like, bullshit, I'm not falling for that again. That's how you got the boat. No. Sorry, potty word. That's exactly what I said. And I was like, no, you can't do that again. I was like, how much does a hanger cost? And he was like, I don't know. Like, I mean, when we started this, it was like $300 a month. Like, that's it. I was like, that was 5 years ago. How much is it? And he's like, I don't know. So what he should have done was say 1,000. We get there and it's only 800. But he hasn't learned that much yet. But anyway, I was like, you don't need to look at a hanger because you don't have an airplane, and we're not getting an airplane because a year and a half ago when you started talking about this, I said, if you want to get an airplane and start flying around, how do you know I'm going to like it? I don't like riding motorcycles or playing golf or being in boats. So, like, are you leaving me?
He does pick hobbies that you don't like. That's for sure.
To be fair, I only have one hobby.
That's true.
Like, so,
but I was
like, I told him, I said, there's planes for rent. I was like, rent one. We'll go up in it. You know, let's see how often we do it. Do you know how many times in a year and a half we've gone up? Once, Glenn. I was like, you're so like.
Well, they even have plane rental clubs too. Like they have boat clubs where you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I said. And I'm like, just rent a plane.
Take Lucas up all he wants in that.
One time. Yeah. I'm like, or if you want to do this that often, then just rent one. There's no reason. You guys stay tuned. This fight is not over.
Okay, now I'm sorry I brought up that one.
Yeah, because now I'm mad again, Glenn. I'm mad again.
I have a couple more that I thought were really good.
When you don't have an airplane and you're not getting an airplane because, Jesus, you have a boat, a motorcycle, a country club, and I just
Yeah, but
want
he could
indoor.
Come back and say, but you have 12 horses.
I want an indoor, Glenn, and I only own 4 horses. Thank you. And it's like they're free. It's fine. Like, seriously, you're going to spend my indoor money on an airplane when you fly all the time for work.
That leads us into the next comment on how much does your horse cost a year.
I need a break. I need to walk around.
If you have to ask, don't get one. For real, though, a crap ton. I like that one. Anything you budget, double it, then double it again. They run around and play like they pay their own vet bills.
Yeah,
I love that one. I love that one.
It's amazing. They just try to die all the time. They're just literally trying to die all the time.
The last one. How much do you have? That much.
That much.
Yeah,
That's it. It's
like
that much.
Too.
And
we need T-shirts with
card.
all of these on it, by the way. We really do. All right, let's take a break for one of our terrific sponsors. We're going to come back with some really bad ads, and we're going to give away a prize to somebody who will be very happy that they don't have to spend that amount of money, $230, on a new bridle.
He says one thing and he means another, but hey, he can't help it. He's a horse trader. Horse trading. Well, it's a laissez-faire. Let the buyer beware. Horse trading. They tell a low-down lie with a sincere stare. Horse trading. Well, if they're talking in circles and the deal ain't square, he's a master in the fine art of persuading. Horse trading.
That's right. It is time for Really Bad Ads. Time of the week when listeners submit ads from Craigslist or Facebook. You realize we only have 2 more bad ads in this whole year. And they send them in. I got some great prizes we're going to announce next week, too, for December.
Oh, is that for the December month? Okay. So this is giving away prizes for November.
Yes, because we missed a week in there after Thanksgiving. So we're going to give away the prize today, and it's brought to you by horselovers.com. Over 120,000 products for your home, barn, horse, and you. Visit horseleverswithaz.com. And don't forget that gift certificates are horse husband approved gifts, so you can get your significant other a gift certificate from Horse
That place has everything. They just have everything.
They do.
Everything.
They do. I noticed that one of our hosts, Karen, from the Endurance Show, got a bunch of blankets from there, and she was trying them on her horses. She had pictures. We're giving away today the Perri's Fancy Stitched Bridle with Reins. We've told you about this many, many times. I don't think we have to go over it again. It's worth $230. This is Amish-made quality. This is the perfect English bridle for any occasion. And I'm going to have you pick a number. I got a spreadsheet here. I'm going to have you pick a number between 1 and 198.
7.
7. Number 7 is Faye Bierbauer. Congrats. Faye submits all the time. No wonder she won.
Yay!
Yeah, good for you, Faye. I hope you write English. If you don't, you're going to have a very, very expensive regifting to do to somebody this Christmas. But congratulations. Well done. These are really nice bridles. And thank you to Perri's. They're very nice people over there. I know them for donating this as well. All right, it's time to do some really bad ads. We don't have time to get to all of them today. Who else submitted that we don't have time to get to?
Hold on, I'm stalking Faye to see if she writes English. Yes, she does. Woo!
Oh, good. Yay. Good. So I wonder how many people we give prizes to that it totally is not what they do. I don't know.
Oh, well, they all have, everybody has friends.
That's right.
Write different things. Okay, Emily, Janelle, Paige, and Jack, you guys are, and Alyssa, you guys are all entered as well. Alyssa, did I read the right thing?
Yep. And Lorene is submitted the first one today.
Hello, this is Nicole from Knoxville, Tennessee, and I have a really bad ad from the East Tennessee Trail Riders page on Facebook. I'm going to do a Southern accent so that I can get all the entries into the drawing to win that helmet. 16 hand draft cross Palomino roan mare broke the best. Palomino spelled Palimino, and it's an adorable horse and a terrible ad. So y'all have a good day.
Well done. That was Nicole. It was not Lorene. So well done. Good job. All right. Who do we have up next? I lost my
You
place
got
here.
everything all jumbled, man. That was supposed to be Lorene, but...
All right. Yeah. The next one was submitted by, Jennifer said, a record number of people.
Sharon, Kat, Kimberly, Hannah, Jolene, Melody, Jennifer, Evergreen, and Janet all submitted. Oh, I did see, and I saw this one, and I knew it was going to come.
Darn thing ever. So why don't you describe the picture, and then I'll read the ad, because I think that's the way we have to do this.
I think you read the ad
think?
first.
Okay.
Yes.
17.2 Friesian/Lipizzan cross. Extensively trained in roping, dressage, tap, ballet, and jazz. Qualified for the 2024 Olympics, but missed them because we flew Spirit Airlines. No buck, no bolt, no shirt, no shoes, no problem. Sired by Secretariat's freshman roommate. Suitable for beginners with good insurance. No tire kickers or lowballers. I know what I've got.
I love it when people write that.
I know.
I know what I got.
What do they have, Jamie?
They have a mini donkey.
It's absolutely adorable.
It's a mini donkey that is saddled up, tied to a fence, but saddled up with a full-size Western saddle. So
the saddle's bigger than the donkey.
And it's a little pinto mini donkey, too.
Oh, my
God,
cute.
It's so cute.
Jennifer was at a gas station here locally yesterday, and you know how you have the sign on the door that says no shirt, no shoes, no service? This ad reminded me of this. It said no shirt, no shoes. What was the other word? Oh, yeah. It said shirts, shoes, and bottoms must be worn to enter. So, you know what that means, don't you?
Everybody makes a sign for a reason.
Welcome to Florida.
Imagine somebody some dude walking in with a shirt and shoes on with no pants and no underwear. Oh my God, gross. I got
to ask you a question though, because this relates to something else. So I go shopping at the grocery store early in the morning, before anybody else gets there, because I hate when people are in the aisles and park their cart right in the middle and block me. So I go 7:00 in the morning, and everybody that is in there shopping at the time is wearing their pajamas. Do you go shopping in your pajamas?
No, okay. I don't. But so it's cold outside and I have these fantastic winter breeches that are really thick and they're fleece. They're sticky seats. Look up sticky seat breeches, y'all. They're amazing. I'm not paid ad. So sticky seat. And so they're huge. I've had them for 3 years and I have probably 4 pairs and literally that's all I wear. Okay. But you can't put socks, normal socks. So you have to put the really high socks. So I roll around, how I love to wear my high socks and I'll put slippers on. So I walk around in sticky seat breeches, white socks under my knee, slippers, and some sort of stinky barn coat. So I can't say that pajamas is inappropriate when that's how I look all the time.
Some of the pajamas are cute, at least. Yeah.
I don't know why my husband stays with me. I just am doing everything I can to push him away.
You dress like that. I don't get it either.
Oh yeah, I look like the homeless horseman.
Yeah. Rosemary sent the next one in.
Okay, this is, oh, wow, what a deal. $10. Horseshoes. It's literally 3 rusted ass horseshoes. It says horseshoes with nylon pads still attached. Great potential. $10 each.
Great
potential for what? Tetanus?
Picture frames. These are old too. I mean, they're really old.
They're so old. And by the way, very poorly done. And the nails are popping out of most of them. So you're gonna hurt yourself at some point.
Did you notice how much bigger the pads are than the shoe? It's like,
yeah, no, this is very poorly done. Like, who's our auditor who's a horseshoer? She has her own podcast. Yeah, she would die. Like, this is terrible. The next one also came from Faye.
Who won today?
And this is
Good job, Faye.
Oh, that's right. Home of the pecan, Southeast Georgia, horse and tack. Y'all come and get him today. Bring a horse in a stock trailer. Bring a horse. Oh, I'm like, why would you bring a horse for sale? Let me read on. Bring a horse and a stock trailer. He'll need to be roped. Belgian mule. His name is Bully. His sire's a Mammoth Jack and his dam's a Belgian draft. April 30th is the date of birth, 2012. He's uncut and untamed. And he's free.
Wow, he's 12 years old too.
Now he is very beautiful.
He's stinking cute, yeah.
And yeah, he's a Belgian mule, like giant thing. Mammoth Jack and the Belgian Draft. Remember I told you when I had this for those who didn't pick up this fun tip, when I had the mule here in training, I learned what the difference is between Whinnies and Jennies. And so Jennies, and if I'm screwing this up, sorry, but what I had was the daddy is a donkey and the mama is a horse. And apparently the daddy being a horse and the mama being a donkey is a lot more rare. Why, you ask? Why would that be more rare? Because horses have a hard time being sexually attracted to a donkey. I was like, that's the greatest piece of information I think I've ever learned. Like, that made my year. It just brought it right back up.
A little prejudice there.
I mean, how hilarious. The horse is like, no. If only poodles would say no more often, we'd have a lot less weirdness.
Caitlin sent this one in. Horses for sale under something. That's it. Tess is a unique 1994 WW 2-horse straight load trailer with a 7-foot deck on the back. 16-foot total. Movable center divider for when you want to haul stuff rather than horses. Holds a ton of stuff. Pulls like a dream. If your horse doesn't like backing off a trailer, the deck is very handy for turning them around and offloading them facing forward.
Okay, here's what they did is they took a 2-horse straight load and put it on a really long, like, hauling trailer, flatbed.
That's what they did.
So
they took the top of a trailer. That's what they did.
They took the top half and dropped it on, and like, I don't know how that's
well, you
attached.
could put your cart or carriage behind it, but then Jennifer made a good point. It'd be tough to get your horses out in an emergency. You have to take your carriage off first. So I am sure that there was a 4-wheeler behind the horses here. On this one.
Do carriages always go on trailers first for that reason?
Yeah, or in the middle. They'll have trailers usually have a middle with the middle door that goes in the middle, and then you can bring the horses off either side. Because, in an emergency, getting your carriage off, to get to your horses is sometimes not easy, right? Because depends what happened. But I
just want to know how you're going to get the horse to go up the wheel ramps.
The wheel ramps. I thought of that too. I thought of that too. And the one picture almost looks like a ghost of a horse in it too. And the one on the left there kind of looks like there's a head of a ghost of a horse.
It hauls a lot of stuff, Glenn.
It does.
That is a nightmare. That's terrible.
That is redneck. Okay. That is very redneck right there.
That's the home of pecan country too. I would imagine. Yes. Rena sent the next one in, and I love getting ads from other countries. This is from Australia, and their Facebook page name is Pegasus with a Pegasus emoji, Western Australia.
And you'll notice they also don't have punctuation in Australia, apparently.
Or capitalization, so that's cool. This is fun. Putting it out there, Bay, 16.2 Gelding 4. Sale not what I was looking for. I've had him for a bit. My girl is just really Mina to him. I should be doing this in an Australian accent, but I don't think without punctuation it would be possible. Plus, my Australian accent is really bad.
Yeah.
Mina to him, he does have wind sucking. When I get him, he was fine. Then soon after, he lost a fair bit of weight, and I don't think he is doing much good with me as the girl is not a bit not liking him. Locketed wheat belt, only retired form, racing a year ago, so very green. OTT project can come with halter, but will need to be picked up. Message for more info. And then a little emoji with a hand holding a heart, and it says, celebrating friendship.
Whose friendship? Doesn't like the horse. Hates the horse.
Read? I don't know.
I don't know where the girl came in. There was a girl in there several times, but I don't know who the girl is.
She's really Mina.
I guess.
She's Mina.
That was a bad ad. Thank you for Rena sending in the Mina ad. Holly sent this one in from Texas Horse Trader. Headed to Dallas area right now with her in trailer. 11/29/24. 1:40 p.m. Need gone. Will deliver. 14.4. Needs work in a round pen. Papered. 1,6XX. Let me get this straight. This person loaded the horse in the trailer and was driving to Texas in hope that somebody was going to take the horse off the trailer. Is he just knocking on doors, driving down lanes, saying, take my horse?
So somebody has seen this ad and they're like, wow.
I'll take it.
I want you to bring that horse to my house right now.
I've never heard of this before. Wow.
That
maybe
is
that works in
but
Texas.
You know what? If you get there and nobody takes it, do you just let it go?
Full of somebody's yard that already has 10 horses and just throw it in. They'll never notice. We'll just put it in there. It's brown. Who will notice?
Oh my God.
Well, Elvis used to knock on people's doors in the middle of the night to buy their horses. So, stranger things.
Stranger things. Kelly sent the next one in. Oh, this one's got some mad skills. For sale or loan, 16 Tor OU bred, no vices. Novice ride. Sorry, haven't got a picture with the rider on. But on the plus side, jumps for England, though. Okay, describe the picture.
It's a horse jumping a ditch with a saddle, no rider in sight. But that ditch is big, and that horse has a lot of air.
It's really skilled. Do you think maybe you would want to have used a photo of a rider actually in the tack pre-getting bucked off?
But the horse probably wouldn't jump that well with the rider in the tack.
Oh, yeah. No, riders just mess it up.
Yeah, that's true. They just mess it up. Wow, that's some ad. Where is the rider? We don't even see the rider in the picture.
No,
so
there's
hope the rider's okay.
It's an impressive jump, though.
Yes, it is. That horse gets some air. Looks like a thoroughbred, too. Lorene actually did send this ad in. So let's take a listen.
Good morning. It's Lorene Barden, and I'm going to read a really bad ad, and it's a Craigslist ad for 2 horses. And the title is Horses, $1,000, but there's no punctuation. I have 2 horses for sale. Prices for the pair both rode really good when last rode. That was earlier this year. Bay is a stud, but doesn't act like your normal studs. The paint is a mare. Right. And she also rides really good. Just getting out of the horses and need them gone. Text me. So if you want this pair, one's a stud, one's a mare. Maybe you'll have 3 horses. I don't know. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Yeah, it's definitely pregnant. That's all I can think. I was like, this thing is pregnant.
Because they've been out together. They only have one field. So they've definitely been out together. Thanks, Lorene. We appreciate you ending the show for us today. Well, that's it. If you want to get your ads in we're going to have prizes next week, and I can tell you that one of them is a Kelly Hurd gift certificate for Kelly Hurd jewelry for $250. So we only have 2 more weeks, so get your ads into Jennifer at horseradionetwork.com. And she requests that you actually screenshot the ad, because nowadays, if you send her a link, by the time she gets there, the ad's gone. So, or she can't get to the page that you're seeing the ad on because she doesn't belong to it. And Jennifer hates Facebook anyway, so she's not joining 100 extra pages. So that ain't happening. So just send her a screenshot, Jennifer at horseradionetwork.com. And we only have 2 more weeks of weird news. To send weird news in, where do they send it?
Weird news at horseradionetwork.com. Now, every time somebody mentions Craigslist, I end up going on Craigslist. And now my husband is gone, and I kind of want to stick it to him. And there is a Scottish Highland cow that is like 30 minutes away.
The hairy coo? The hairy coo? Yeah.
I feel like I need it.
Yeah. Everybody needs a hairy coo. They're so cute. We saw them when we were in Scotland. They're so cute.
Oh, she will be vet confirmed bred by the time of sale.
Oh, you can have 2 hairy coos, or maybe 3.
Hairy coo. I want it.
Does it have horns? Does it have a
plane.
picture? Does it have big
horns?
horns?
You get a plane. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Huge horns.
Yeah.
You get a plane, and we're going to have hairy coos in our backyard, not in the pasture, in the yard.
I would so get a hairy coo, though. They're so cool. They're kind of quiet, too, from what I hear. They're like not real bad cows. They're good cows.
I'm thinking that he deserves it. Spay neuter gals.
God, if you had a plane, you'd never see it.
I know.
Hold on, auditors. We're going to talk about company Christmas parties.
Oh, Lord.